Hey, it's Tommy from Pitch Up Look Sharp. Today I'm staying in this woods. My girlfriend booked up this cabin for us. I'll just check it out. I think it's only 2 acres. This woodlands is officially owned by the person we're renting this from. It's obviously a much bigger woodlands that's been divided up. I have, in the past, looked into this idea of basically buying a piece of woodlands and then putting a cabin on it and having it as my own private cabin. I know it's very popular in Scandinavian countries. But in England, well, in the United Kingdom, it's become incredibly expensive to get hold of woodlands now. So, and there is a slight ethical question with, not ethical necessarily, there's a slight question about whether we should be using woodlands like this, because obviously it's making them semi-domestic in a way. But I thought I'd just show you around, show you what this person's done for their setup. I mean, surprisingly, this costs around £90 for 2 people a night, which is quite a lot, really, in some ways. In other ways, you know, it's a real nice experience coming out into the woods and staying here. Anyway, I'll do a little showcase of what's what we've had, what their setup is. Yes, they've got like a little outside area which we can hang out in, which they've left some camping chairs, which is quite nice, I guess. I think if you've got way more of you, it makes sense, this, but we're probably going to stay mostly in the cabin. They've also incorporated this other seating area around the back of the cabin, and that's where we have this toilet, which is cool. Obviously, compost toilet. Haven't used it yet. A shed with some clear tarpaulin on the roof to keep it relatively watertight. It's a nice little idea. I take it there's just, I haven't actually looked down it yet, I take it there's just a big drop that's been dug with some sawdust or something. Here's the cabin itself. Yeah, just a wooden shed, bitumen roof on the top. You see a little stove. Personally, I would have had that coming out further, but there you go. Here we are inside. It's got the stove, very much like the stove I used to go camping. A bit more of a fancy pants one, round. Looks lovely though. Brought our own logs. 2 camping beds they supply you with. Obviously, you couldn't keep anything material out, anything like a mattress, which would just, it's a bit smelly in here. It smells a bit like a shed, as you expect. They put this little bureau thing in here, which is kind of sweet, with some stuff on it. Chair. At the moment, it feels a bit damp. Obviously, we are in the woods, but once you get the stove on, interested to use. They've used plastic laminate on the floor, which is a bit. I just find that's a bit. I mean, plastic laminate's a bloody nightmare. It's a bit of an ecological nightmare, I think. But there's no insulation. This has been boarded off. It's a bit of foam that's around the edging there. A few windows. Yeah, they've obviously. It's nice. It's nicely done. Considering it's just a shed in the woods. Yeah, so really, I was just picking up on that point earlier that there is a little bit of a question mark, because you can't just go building rented accommodation in woodlands, obviously. So I think Airbnb kind of left themselves open to people doing this, and I don't know. Like I said, I've looked into this. Whether I would privately rent out woodlands to people, I don't know. Maybe this is I'm a bit on the fence with it, really. Like, maybe this is a perfect way to keep up woodlands and build more, like have more woodlands. You know, preserve them. If you just let people privately rent them out and do whatever they want with them, there is obviously and maintain them basically. There is a slight problem. I mean, it's a bit of a funny one when you look around this woodlands. Every direction I can see evidence of people doing stuff in them. You know, there's like a pickup there, some cleared fenced off land there, up there in that bit of wood I can see some blue tarpaulin. You know, you could argue this is just a way of kind of, I know it's not the worst sort of footmark probably, but it is in a way putting loads of stuff in a woodland which you wouldn't find here. It's interesting. I don't know. I'm still quite on the fence about it. I mean, we need to rewild a lot of this country. You know, that's definitely what we need to do. And maybe this is part of the solution, to encourage people to respect the woodlands and to make the best use of them. You know, but not everything's got a price tag on it. That's the problem. You know, certain things you've just got to respect and appreciate for the sake of them. Anyway, that's my little moral crusade for this little episode. We're going to stay here tonight. Check it out. It's a pretty sweet setup. Yeah, probably just hunker down, cook some dinner, chill out really, have some drinks. Alright. I would just say that, for the record, yeah, the people we're hiring this from do make quite... there's a lot of stipulations about how we should look after the space and, you know, not damage the area. Just so, you know, they're not exploiting it, I don't think, but there is definitely an element of, you know, you can question this sort of thing. I think there's type of woodlands. It looks like just a fern wood, which, you know, you see how dark it is over there. It's just fern trees. Not the highest grade, I wouldn't say, of woodlands. I think we've got far too many fern woodlands in this country. But a few fallen trees, definitely done a lot. They've cleared a lot. They've taken quite a lot of branches off. You can see them lying on the floor there to clear the area. It's interesting though. Oh, it looks like actually over here they're making efforts to grow some other types of trees. You see that there? Which is good. You know, there you go. Nice. Something that's not a fern. Beautiful. I think there's a few others. So they're obviously definitely trying to make it more diverse, this area, this woodlands. Shame about these trees here that have been cut. Hey, we stayed in the cabin last night. Thought I'd just give you a little rundown. Yeah, it was nice. I think the only thing that I would personally do differently with this cabin is that they've gone to the effort to seal it up. You can see here they've used expanding foam in these gaps. And there's no ventilation, which is really not good for an outbuilding like this, which the temperature's changed so much. It's going to get mouldy, and you can obviously you can see there's stains on the outside where water's penetrating from the outside in. So you need ventilation here to allow the timbers to dry out. yeah, it's interesting what you can do just putting literally a shed in some woods, and then you can basically generate a small amount of income, which I believe, as far as I'm aware, it goes towards the restoring this forest, but it's only 2 acres, this forest. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hopefully I'll do a proper video soon. It's just a little kind of review of this sort of style of camping and this setup. Anyway, take care.